Super Hits 104.9 WAXI, Rockville, Clinton.
Okay, I've got 4 o'clock, but we'll have here about 15 seconds, so we'll start off with the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you all for coming. Got lots of people, but I don't think it's going to take too long to get through most of this. Let us get the business part knocked out real quick, and then we'll get into the new business and get that taken care of. So first we have minutes for the November 21st meeting.
I make a motion we approve the minutes from November 21st, 2022.
And I would second that. All in favor say aye. Aye. Okay. And then we have payroll, the amount of, we have 2 payrolls, $285, and then one for $187,450.50.
I'll make a motion, the second payroll is election, by the way, in case the media wants to know that.
The $285,
$285, yeah. But I'll make a motion we approve payroll in the amount of $187,450.50 and for $285.
And I would second that. All in favor say aye. Okay. And then we have to acknowledge the receipt of payroll claims accounts payable report. So I'd make a motion that we acknowledge receipt of the payroll claims accounts payable report in the amount of $72,075.46.
And I'll second that.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
And then claims.
Nothing we need to know about? Nope. Okay, I make a motion we approve claims in the amount of $383,694.80.
And I would second that. All in favor say aye. Okay. Nick, why don't you come on up and we'll get ready here as soon as we get their stuff signed here.
Sounds good.
Okay. If you have an agenda, Nick's not on that agenda. I asked Nick to come in. He was going to be in town this week. We're in the process of just renewing for next year's health insurance. So I asked if he would stop by. He just dealt with the jail today, I know. So I asked if he'd stop by and just let us know how things are going and see where we are.
They let me out of there, so it's good news.
Me too. I was in there last weekend, yeah.
So here's a quick update on our open enrollment. As you guys know, we've got the open enrollment window from December 1st to December 12th, essentially. So we're meeting with everybody. We are available at the courthouse to see people, have them answer questions. We're at the county jail last week and today. And we're also at the county garage last week. So we've got this form out to everybody that's going back to your auditor's office. This is essentially the enrollment form. So by December 12th, every people are going to have this turned in. Everybody received these, and I left extras for each department. And then I actually brought some more that I'm going to leave with your team. Okay. And then everybody else received the updated benefit guide. So this has the resources, the contact information, how you get onto your Anthem, your medical, dental, and vision portals, because we're doing the renewals for all that stuff.
Great.
So everybody got this. I went through it with anybody that was there. And once everything gets submitted around December 12th, we're going to make sure we have everything that we need from people. And then your team will make the updates in the system, those enrollment portals. People that make changes will get new ID cards accordingly. If people don't make any changes at all, things just roll over. Since we're not doing a change from one carrier to the next like last year, it's going to be very easy, a lot smoother, and a little more simple than last year.
Okay.
So these forms will be coming over, and then everybody else has these, and you got some extra.
I was in the auditor's office one day last week, and they got a phone call while I was there. Does everyone, because we're not changing insurance companies like we did last year, does everyone still have to fill out a form, or only those that are making changes?
Everyone should fill out a form and turn it into your office to cover you guys on the back end. You want to make sure every year we're documenting that people had the opportunity. So if anyone comes back down the road and says, I wanted to add my wife, but I didn't, at least we had documented that we've given them that opportunity. So to cover you guys on the back end, every year we want to have one of those in their file stating that they either want to make no changes or here are the changes they want to make.
Okay, good.
So it's a little extra work, but I promise that it's for the best at
Sure.
the end of the day if anything comes up.
Okay.
So I think we're in great shape. I'm going to be working with them for the next 2 or 3 weeks here to make sure everything gets back to them, that we get all the stuff updated online. And then I think we're going to be in really good shape.
Okay. Have you met the new auditor yet?
I have not had a chance to
Okay,
meet her.
Okay.
So I'm sure within the next couple weeks, next month or two,
Yeah, if
we can all
we
sit
can,
down.
right after the first of the year, maybe we get together and
Yep.
just get to know everybody.
Yep.
There's always things that come to the auditor's office. Some things they can answer, some things they can't, some things we have to answer. So, but I think that got a little confused in the previous carrier, I think. So we've just got to make sure we stay on those lines and make sure who's got to sign what papers, who can make what decisions, that kind of stuff. So I think we'll be in good shape. You guys have any questions for us? Nope. Okay.
Great. I think we're in good shape with our paperwork too, so we're ready to roll.
I
And
appreciate that.
we can report back when everything's done and all the changes are submitted. So
Okay.
I think you can feel comfortable that things are going to roll out well.
Will you be back to the county at all to take new applications?
I'm not scheduled to right
Okay,
now.
okay.
So it's my understanding the sheriff's office and then the department, you guys have inter-office mailboxes and stuff goes to the courthouse that way.
Mm-hmm.
They've been telling me all those forms are going to go into those mailboxes to be returned to you guys, and I've already seen people putting them in there.
Okay.
So I think all that stuff should end up at the auditor's office, then we can organize all of it and make the changes.
Justin, you okay with all that? Understand how that works then? Randy, you okay with your renewal stuff too? Okay. All right.
And,
I appreciate you.
And if they ever have questions for me, you can share my cell phone. They can just give me a call, and we'll take care of whatever they
Okay.
have.
Okay.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate you.
it. Take
Thank
care.
you very much. All right. Now we'll get back to the agenda. So Carla, you be up first. Workman's comp.
Okay, thank you.
Hello again.
Just so you know, large municipalities and governmental entities like us typically have a lot of competition for these insurance bids coming in. We typically have one to do workman's comp and one doing the property. And that's it. So there's not much competition going on. So it's a good thing we trust you guys. They've been with us. They've been with us a long time. How long you been with us, George?
This is my 20th year.
How about you, Carl?
40.
40. Geez. Okay. Okay.
Started as a child.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, right.
All right. Tell us what you got.
Okay, well, the workers' compensation renews on January 5th. We're with the Indiana Public Employers Plan, and I believe we've been with them again for about 10 years. The renewal is the experience mod for 2022 was a 0.99. We've had a little tick upward to a 1.09, but that's still very good.
Okay.
We lost in that experience mod is based on the 2019, 2020, and the 2021 claims, which I've outlined there.
Mm-hmm.
The 2018 claims dropped off, and they were just a little over 8,000. And then in 2021, we picked up the 18,000. So that drove the experience
bit, yeah.
mod
Okay.
up a little. We did use 2022-21 audited payroll plus 5%. So we have a total estimated payroll of $5,056,889.
Okay.
Our 2022 claims, unfortunately, are running a little higher than the last couple years. We're at $57,215 through November 28. I want to remind you, I've got the claim counts listed there, but that includes record-only claims. So, for example, in 2022, out of the 23 claims submitted, only 13 of them were record-only.
Okay.
They were turned in as incidents, but nothing was ever paid.
Okay.
So when you look at those claim counts, it looks kind of high, but that's not necessarily 23 paid claims.
Okay. Just so you understand, if anybody has a question, workman's comp's determined over 3 years' experience, and so every year the 3-year-old claim will drop off and put on the new claim. So we. Even though we have a high year this year, so far through November, 57,000, in the next cycle, next year, the 2019 claims will drop off, and they were 71,000. So we should be pretty close to a wash on that. So we'll see how that comes out then.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly right. So you can see for 2022, our estimated annual payroll or estimated premium was 116,401, and this year for 2023, we're at 127,291. I do want to remind you, we are still having safety meetings on a bi-monthly basis. I'd like to encourage you to make sure all the departments are sending someone to that meeting. I think it's very beneficial, and IPEP appreciates that too. We also this year had, IPEP did a 10-hour OSHA training class for free, and we did have 3 county employees enroll in that and complete that 10-hour OSHA course.
Okay.
So that's very good. So if they offer that again in 2023, I'm hoping we can get 2 or 3 other people to take those classes.
Okay. All
They
right.
were all online, weren't they, Liddy?
Yes.
Yes, it's not like they left to go take them.
Okay, so we just need from us just the approval of the premium of $127,291.
Yes, sir.
I would make
Any
that.
questions?
No, I think it's pretty straightforward. It's not like we have much choice on it, and it is based upon what the claims are, so it's pretty straightforward.
And your payroll.
And payroll, right? So there's no magic in there anyplace. So I would make the motion that we approve the submission by Branson Insurance and Workman's Comp at the rate of $127,291.
I'll second that.
All in favor, say aye.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Yep.
Thank you as always, Carla.
Thank you.
All right, George. Thanks, sir.
I don't like Carl, I'll sit down just because I like to sit down.
You just help yourself.
All right. Proposal in front of you is from Travelers, which is your renewing company. Every year I send this out to market. That's just my job, get the best rates, best coverage I can for you.
Right.
Unfortunately, we had a year this year, and I've had my first $1 million claim.
Really?
So,
Oh, yeah, you would, yep.
yep. And with that being said, I could not get any bids on this, but I was able to secure Travelers renewal.
Okay.
Okay. Nuts and bolts on it. We increased all your property values by 11%. It's an inflation index, just cost of building materials. Left all the deductibles where they're at. Your county expenditures have gone up a little bit. And the primary increase on this is law enforcement liability. I'm sure I don't have to tell you the number of tort claims we're defending right now.
Right.
So I agree, Bruce, and it's that's the primary change. Basically, if you turn almost all the way to the back, page 36, this your renewal's coming in at $277,484. Put that in perspective for you guys. Renewal premium is up $54,330.
Okay, that's what I wondered about. So about 50,000 higher.
Yeah, yep. And they did give us some options. They gave us an option to where you have a $5,000 deductible on the property. They gave us a $10,000 option. It saves you about $4,000. I'm not a mathematician.
That's not a good deal. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't even print that one out for you. So they did give us some options. It's loss ratios. You know, last year was at about 78%. I didn't even request loss ratios this year, just because. Hopefully, Travelers has done a heck of a job. I think they've done a heck of a job with the ambulance building. You know, I've been in touch with Julie a lot on this.
What was the final on that claim, you know?
It's not finalized yet.
Finalized yet? What are we about? How much over $1 million are we?
The last I checked was 1.3. So, you know, it's gonna, your loss ratio, you know, is gonna be 500 and some percent right now, not counting any other claims.
My experience talking with her was they they did a good job.
I was pleased with it, which, whenever there's a claim, that's really where I start sweating a little bit to make sure the companies do a good job.
Right.
And I thought that Phil, that we met with that day
Right.
out there, he's handled this like a champ. I actually talked to Julie on the way here. She had a question for me on something else. And she did tell me that the investigation's done. They could prove that it was something, one of two lines in the ambulance. But since they could not pinpoint which one, it will not go to subrogation. So subrogation, for anybody that is not familiar with that, basically it's where if the manufacturer of something can be held accountable for it, then they're going to be on the hook so that travelers can get their money back. And we're not going to be able to do that.
So since they could get it down to, it could have been this or it could have been that, but it could have been either one of those, so you're not going to win that in court because you can't prove either one of them.
Couldn't
So
prove it.
that's why
And like I told you, I said, maybe they should just pick a line and point it at it.
Yeah.
She said it couldn't afford people were there.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but she did tell me they went up and got everything that she needed to get out of the ambulance and stuff like that, I think, over the weekend.
Okay.
So,
Well, I tell you, the whole ambulance service, you included in this, but the whole ambulance service has done an amazing job of maintaining services through this whole. Most people have no idea of what they had to go through to be able to service as they have served us well. It's been continuous. We've not been out of service at any point, so they've done a tremendous job with that.
and the big issue, I don't think, was once again, I'm so pleased with the way they handled this claim because I know we put funds in your pocket immediately to start getting
yeah.
stuff replaced.
Yeah.
And that went a long way. But then I felt bad because the thing you were running up against is, just the supply demand right now. You need this, but you just can't get them.
Right.
And that was horrible in your case, but
Yeah.
I don't think you missed any calls.
No,
I don't think you
no.
had to turn any calls away.
And I think almost always had two on station all the
Yeah.
time. So
Yes.
Really.
Because that was one of the questions we needed to know if you had a loss of income because of this, because we were going to pay more money on that too for the loss of use. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, don't know that we have much choice on it. Scott is what it is. We're going to have it. So I'd make the motion that we enter into a contract with the travelers here on behalf of your company's name, George?
MJS Insurance.
MJS. I can never think of that.
That's okay.
Because it's not you. So I was like, wait, who is that? MJS. In the amount of $277,484.
Second that.
All in favor, say aye. We appreciate you guys, and I can't say enough times how appreciative I am of your effort. The night after, the day after, immediately after that took place, because we were out of business then, and we were back in before the night was over. So it was amazing. Surrounding counties loaning us equipment to take care of these things, just amazing to us. They were calling us, say we got this or we got that, and we'll get you through. And if you have to call, but I don't know that we ever had to call anybody to take our place. Are you aware of any call at any place? I don't think so.
It was a very seamless response.
It was great. Thanks, sir.
No problem. I do have one thing that does concern one of the commissioners. Travelers is going to come out and do a risk survey, which I don't blame them. Yeah, I would want to also. They're wanting to do it on the 12th of this month, and they need to meet with at least one commissioner and the jail commander and the sheriff.
Justin, are you available on the 12th? That's next Monday?
They're looking at 9 a.m.
9 o'clock in the morning?
As far as I know, I think that's okay.
I am too. About your jailer.
I can text him and see.
Could we meet out there where we know there'll be a jailer there? Can we do that, or how's that?
Oh, absolutely. We can meet out there and
Justin, we
make
just
it
meet out
easy on
there.
them.
Whoever the jailer is, whoever's on, as long as somebody's going to be on, they're going to have to be, I'm sure. So,
Yeah, some of the questions for you, Jim, would be just HR stuff on that. I know they've got a conference room out there and stuff like that. And then the rest just on the jail and law enforcement stuff.
and it doesn't have to be me. If you want to do that, Bruce, you certainly can. So it's up to you.
I don't know of anything I've got before off the top of my head. The 13th, I've got no clue, but I'll put it down. And then
Okay.
I'll just talk to you.
Okay.
We'll,
One of us will be there.
yeah, one of us.
9 o'clock at the jail.
And 9 o'clock at the jail on the 12th.
Okay.
Sounds great. I appreciate you guys. Travelers change forms. I don't have anything to sign, so I don't need to get signed copies over to you or anything.
Okay.
Any questions, concerns for me?
Nope.
All right.
No.
All right.
Thanks for
Thank
both
you,
of
guys.
We appreciate you guys. Thank you. All right. Liddy.
Yes. Do you need me up there or am I good here?
Oh, no, you're good there.
Okay, so we brought a new fee schedule. We're hoping that you're able to adopt that. A new one hasn't been done since 2014 that I know of. We kind of did a comparison throughout District 7, ran it by the health board with suggestions. We've kind of tried to, we've raised a little bit, not a lot, but we've also tried to streamline some different things. There are a lot of different options, and it was confusing to people, and so we've come up with this proposed ordinance. Took some things out. We no longer have a piece of equipment. There was a line in it for copies with a big copier. We don't have that copier any longer, so we
Okay.
moved that.
So with the new online billing system, that's one of the things that the health board took into consideration was just the list of options that were available for consumers to select from, whether it be for septic or whether it be for the food services. And so those needed to be condensed and simplified, and we aligned with what the rest of the counties in the West Central Indiana district were doing,
Okay.
and made sure that our prices were not inflated, but in alignment.
Okay.
And the health board was in full support of that, and we did get a lot of good feedback.
We don't have anything to compare it to what they were before, but if you're, I'm not worried about you. I think I'm sure you've done this in just as you said you have, so I'm not concerned about that. Do you have any questions on it?
No, they'd emailed it to me. I made a couple changes to it, but other than that,
You're good to go? Okay. So, this is an ordinance we're passing, so we need a same day, same meeting as well, right?
yeah,
What's the number going to be, 2022?
She doesn't know for sure.
I don't know for sure.
Okay, we'll find out.
She thinks 15.
We'll make it 15 contingent on that being accurate, if that works for you, in the motion?
yeah.
Okay. Then I'd make the motion that we adopt Parke County Ordinance number 2022-15 at the same day, same meeting.
Second that.
All in favor, say aye.
All right.
And then I make the motion that we adopt ordinance number 2022-15 contingent upon that being the right number. If not, we'll make the adjustments in-house.
I'll second that.
All in favor, say aye. Okay.
And then does that take effect 30 days from today?
It's you have to publish it since it involves fees.
She asked me about that. How long published? 2 weeks? 30 days?
Usually, I will have it run 2 consecutive weeks.
2
but,
consecutive weeks is what
I think the statute usually says 1 week and then 30 days, though. But
Okay.
we have done 2 weeks quite a bit.
Okay. And is it 30 days after that second week then?
Yeah.
You got that? So do 2 weeks and would this be going into effect? So I can tell you what that is if you run it Wednesday and Wednesday.
January something.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2023.
Yeah.
You can get
It
by
won't
with
be January
publishing
1,
stuff.
but it'll be
Okay.
early enough in January. It won't be.
1, 2. Looks like it would be go into effect the 18th of January.
Okay. It will behoove people to get their applications in early.
Early, yeah.
Yeah.
If they do that, they
Yeah.
get it.
That's right.
Okay.
And then I had also included a year-end report for the health department in your folders. Got any
Okay.
questions?
All right. Thanks.
I would say that things are running very smoothly. We have our new board installed.
Good.
We have completed orientation among new board members, and we are going to be setting 2023 goals collaboratively with other department heads moving into this next fiscal year. And so I'm really encouraged to see the work that's being done and getting everything into alignment.
I appreciate that, and I go to a lot of commissioner conference things, and the relationship between many counties and their health boards is not a good thing. And I'm thrilled to have you come on board, and I think we can maintain a good relationship. I would encourage you, if you could, it didn't have to be every month even, but every couple months, if you could come in and let us know what you guys have done, what you got going. So if we have any questions, or if you have any questions of us, we could just establish that kind of relationship and get you on the agenda. We'll just plan on doing that if that works for you guys.
I
See
would
where we are.
agree, and, you know, I've also been working with the council, so we have some reciprocity and relationship building and education
Yep.
around some of the grant funds, and then the health board will be inherently involved with proposal of the new budget in 2023.
Okay.
So I think that we're all saying the same thing and moving in the right direction, and I'm highly encouraged on
Good.
what we're gonna be up
I
against.
appreciate what you guys do. It's been a struggle to get to this point, but you're doing well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Hamilton Center. Hi there, come on up.
Hi. Hi. So I was just going to talk briefly about our crisis center
Okay.
out of the main center in Terre Haute.
Okay.
Used to be called the Access Center. It's now called the Crisis Diversion Center. Still the same number, 812-231-8200. If you're in crisis, you're feeling suicidal, you're feeling low, you can call that number. We're staffed 24 hours a day, so you can talk to somebody. You can be assessed through that center after hours. So if our office up here in Parke County is closed, but you know somebody who's struggling, you're struggling yourself, you can call that number, you can talk to somebody. They will assess you over the phone. They may determine that you need to be hospitalized. You know, they'll go through that whole process with you. But that's kind of a quick, very short and condensed version of our crisis center.
Is there a press release or anything that we could have a copy of that we could share on
We
social
have
media?
an in-house flyer that we can absolutely get you
That'd be
about
great.
that.
That'd be great.
Absolutely.
If you had something that we could post on social media, so people could have that, that'd be great.
Sure, we can get that for
Because
you.
we've had this discussion before. I mean, we've seen changes here
Absolutely.
too, and I appreciate you as well. We just need to develop this relationship where if we have questions, as we talked before, we didn't really even
Absolutely.
know what was being done on our behalf. We knew what we
Right.
were paying, but didn't know what we were getting. And I was impressed with your knowledge, but also with the activity that you have. But we really didn't have any experience with anybody forever. And so it's nice to have that going.
Well, thank you. One of the other things I was going to touch on today is both for Southwest Park and North Central Park, we are in the schools this year doing school groups. So we're covering self-esteem, anxiety, social skills, smaller groups that the schools have identified for kiddos to be in that group. And I've got several care managers in each of the schools doing groups this year as well. So we're reaching out, we're taking referrals from the schools for skills and case management, individual therapy. So if you're in a school, you notice a kiddo that's struggling, that referral can come to us and we can help out. But we're also in the schools doing those groups twice a week. So we're really happy.
That's great, 'cause really, prior to
Yeah.
you, nobody knew
What was going on?
what was going on or who to talk to or what even the options were. So I appreciate you taking the effort to do this.
Absolutely.
You really need to open
Absolutely.
these. I'm curious though, have you, as Hamilton Center as a whole, not locally, but Hamilton
Right.
Center as a whole, have they seen much difficulty as a result of COVID and the lockdowns and the kids not having the social contact that they had?
Absolutely. I would say the acuity for just everybody kind of that we have worked with has increased. Kids, you know, especially being isolated at home, lack of social skills, you know, we're seeing it in the schools, we're seeing it at home, we're seeing it with families, and just that acuity has increased after COVID.
Is there an age
So-
bracket that you've seen more damage from as a result of the,
It's kind of across the board right now. We're just kind of coming out of that, so we're kind of assessing what that's going to look like for the next couple of years.
Okay.
But I definitely would say the acuity has increased. We're hiring more care managers. We're getting more people out there helping the needs in the community. So
well, I appreciate you coming back. And again, just like I was talking with the health board here, if you don't mind coming back every couple months, just touch base, let us know what's going on, where you
Absolutely.
are, and if you have needs from us or things we need to look to do for you, just let us know.
absolutely.
Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Thank you very
There's
much.
One thing, we had a commissioners conference last week, and
Yes.
Jim just hit both of them on the head. A lot of discussion last week was on health departments and on the mental health side of things, and it's amazing. Well, I guess it's not amazing because we have the situation here, but how many counties don't even know who their provider is,
Right.
or second of all, have no idea what they're getting for their money.
That's
And
true.
it's the same argument. We're by statutorily required to pay for mental health.
Right.
We have no choice. The
Right.
legislature said, you gotta pay, but we don't know what we were getting.
Right.
And so Jim hit both those points on the head, and it was a big discussion last week on both of those. And I just mentioned that we're fortunate that you have started coming
Yep.
to our
Absolutely.
meetings over the last couple of years, and many counties were envious of
Yep,
that.
they are.
They never
They are.
see their provider.
Oh, that's
They
too
never
bad.
get a report from their provider.
Oh,
They
gosh.
have no idea. And so, thank you for coming.
Yeah,
And it is
I'm more than
personality
welcome.
related, because we've started down this path. I've been here 20 years. I've started down this
Right.
path multiple times with all the intentions to come, but then we never saw anybody again,
Well-
once in January, and then that's it.
Right.
So I appreciate you coming to make contact with us.
Absolutely.
Because we do get asked, I'm sure you do too, I say we, but I get asked,
Yeah.
if this comes up, what do we do? If I need help with some issue, we had no clue who to talk with, had no phone numbers, didn't know what the occurrence was.
Right.
So you really informed us the last time you were here about what the options were, whether they could be hospitalized or not,
Right.
or if there was immediate care for them, and there
Absolutely.
is, but we had no clue on this stuff.
Exactly. Well, and my goal is to build that relationship. You know, we're all
appreciate that.
about community. We're all
Yep.
about the people in our community. We can't serve you if you guys don't know what's going on.
Yep.
So it actually does us good. It does you good
Good.
if we all kind of work hand in hand together.
I like
So-
that partnership thing. That's what we're in there for.
Absolutely.
And it's exactly as Bruce said before. It was just, we only had one choice for mental health care.
Yeah.
We're going to pay him this much money. So you write the check and you don't have a clue what you just bought.
Now, I did bring business cards. I know
Okay.
you guys had asked for those the last time,
Okay.
so I brought those with me this time.
Thank
So
you.
if there's anything that you need
Okay.
or you need to get that out, my number's on there.
Okay.
The Crisis Diversion Center number is on there at the bottom as well.
Okay.
So you can pass that along as well.
Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Thank you.
All right. We have a traveler's claim. I didn't see is that it. Yeah, it is. So,
It's a rock windshield situation.
oh, okay.
George will handle it.
Okay. Highway department again, I guess, huh? Causing trouble all the time.
Randy and his guys.
Throwing rocks at cars going down the road. Okay. Health department report, we already got that. Letter here from IDM. Okay. And then we have, we're going to open the highway bids for a minute, but let's see what else we got before we get to that one. We'll get that under Randy. I had a couple things I know. Let me see what it was I had down here. I do know that we need to set up an executive session. We have a county employee who's having difficult medical issues. He is now on family FMLA. I don't fully understand what his options are going forward. We can't talk about that in an open meeting, so we need to have an executive meeting to talk about that. So do you have a date available, Bruce, that would work for you for us to meet in executive session? It could be during the day, which would make it easy for somebody from the auditor's office to be here. They have to be here too, don't they, for notes on an executive session?
Yeah, those aren't public, but yeah, we do
Yeah.
keep notes.
Right. It would just be really matter what you did, but yeah, you're right. So
I've got a doctor's appointment Thursday morning. Don't know anything I've got Friday morning.
how much notice do we need to have?
48 hours.
Yeah.
So we could do it. Could do it Friday or Wednesday. Really, we could do it Wednesday afternoon. What works best for you? I'm available either of those times. Wednesday,
1 o'clock on Wednesday.
1 o'clock on.
I
Oh, you
got
do have
an
one,
appointment,
okay.
So I could do it like at 2.
You won't
2
meet
o'clock
the
on
48 hours on Wednesday.
Yeah, because 48 hours from tomorrow.
We'd have to be up at 4 before we did it. Friday's fine. Are you available Friday?
Yeah, you want what time you want?
Doesn't matter to me. What works for you? Early?
Early's fine.
Early work for you to get it out of your way?
Yeah.
9 o'clock
Yeah,
here?
that's fine.
Okay. So 9 a.m. Friday, and that's the 9th. I'll let Julie know. We'll invite her to that too, because she'll know what the info is on going forward. All right, at Annex. Okay.
Will we let Dan know?
Yeah. Yeah.
He may not be back.
Right.
I'll let him know that
Okay.
he's available.
Let's see what else I have here. I got a couple things. Nope, something to ask Randy. Okay. That's all I've got. We just mentioned about the shack ordinance, about getting the shacks off of the square, but we hate to go down that path, but we don't have to, so maybe we can work that out some more general way, but they've got to get off of there.
Justin had emailed me. There's a pending tort case that they had sent out information representation letter on. They wanted to know who the primary contact ought to be, and he wanted to know if you wanted that to be one of you guys or him or who.
You tell us who's it need to be.
Generally, I think it probably ought to be the sheriff, since
Works
he's
for
going
me.
to have the most knowledge as to what took place. But you guys would have to give him that authority.
You okay with that?
Yeah.
Then I make the motion that we authorize Justin to be the contact person in this ongoing tort claim.
And that's just a representation from the insurance with
Okay.
the attorney letter.
Okay.
Can we just do it generically or do?
Yeah, you can.
Because Jason will be taking over.
I
there in a
would
few
just name
days,
the
and
sheriff
so
of Parke County as the contact
just that's what
person.
leave it generic,
yeah,
leave
that's
the
right.
sheriff that way.
That's right. You're almost a has-been. I forgot about that
That
already.
way,
Yeah. About out of here.
That way Jason can do the
Yeah.
represent, if it goes past the end of the year. It may not, but
Do you want a case number for the minutes of this or anything, or what it involves?
Nah, generally, I mean, it's just
Okay.
giving travelers the authority to communicate with the sheriff of Parke
Okay.
County.
I'd make a motion and that we give travelers the authority to speak with the Parke County Sheriff concerning a upcoming case.
I'll second that.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay.
That's the first one I've ever seen, so I don't know why they're doing it now. But
Really?
Different attorney than usual.
Okay.
We're all a little different.
All right. Before we get to the highway department to do the bids, you got something for us today, Sheriff?
Yeah.
This your last meeting?
No.
One more.
One more.
Okay.
2 grant request.
Okay.
It's for the same purpose.
Okay. We explain this always to everybody that's here, just so you know. We have no desire to approve grant requests from anybody, but the state requires that all grant applications have to be approved by the commissioners. The point is so there would not be any internal competition for USDA grants and state grants going on at the same time. So they just bring their grants that they want to apply for to us, and we just, to the best of our knowledge, confirm that there is no competition on this with anybody. One of these is the granting agency is the Parke County Community Foundation, and for a Bulletproof Vest program, and the others with Parke County RUMC and the Operation Roundup. And I'd make the motion we approve both these grants for the sheriff.
Second that.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Thank you. Year end for DOC and out of county holds is $161,616.
How is that?
That is. I forgot what it's at. There we go. That was higher than last year and still higher than it has been since 2014.
Great.
So,
Good.
and that's with COVID. We've been last 2 years we're pretty picky. Now we started picking up Sullivan County and
Did MedStech they get out to the jail with the plumbers to work on the...
yeah, they said that when they opened water back up, it blew out a lot of the seals. So that's what the problem was.
Oh,
last
really? Okay.
Thursday night,
Okay.
the hot water got turned on. We couldn't shut it off in the cells and the sinks and the
Okay.
showers and.
Did they get it fixed?
They kind of hit it full speed ahead today and
Okay.
still working on, but they're replacing seals.
But they know what it is anyway, so they can fix it.
Yeah, they
Good.
just said it's kind of a timely process
Okay.
to
Okay, good.
Not every one blew out, but a lot of them did.
Okay, so
But
that's
yeah,
when-
it's just the water pressure when they turned it on.
that's when they hooked it back up and opened it up,
Yeah.
so it'd be on their warranty rather than on us.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
guessing.
it shouldn't
Okay.
be anything
Okay.
extra on us. So.
Okay, good to know.
Then I guess reported collections for year end was 15,476.33.
Okay. Do, with the new state law, do people need to come get gun permits anymore from you?
No.
So you don't have any of that income coming in at all anymore then?
No,
Okay,
no. I guess if you want a gun permit, it'll let you carry them out of state for the ones that honor it. But yeah, there's still.
do most states honor out of state?
Well, yeah, most of them do, but Illinois doesn't.
Okay.
Like the one closest to us doesn't.
Okay,
But,
Ohio?
Yeah, I believe Ohio does.
How about Wisconsin, Michigan?
I think Michigan does. I don't know about Wisconsin.
There's
So.
32 states, but I don't remember who they all
Okay.
are.
Okay,
Right. I think Illinois is the only one that touches us that doesn't.
there's not, okay, good to
So
know.
that's basically the only time that you really need one, just if you're going to travel out of state.
Right, okay,
It's still no fee. So.
Right. Okay,
But yeah, the state's supposed to. They call it a grant now. Whatever we had been making, they were
gotcha,
supposed to kick back to us
gotcha.
for the next year. So
Gotcha.
we'll see if
Let's
that
see
keeps
if that
up.
happens.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. All right, thanks, sir.
You're welcome.
Nothing you need from us?
Nope.
Okay.
Thanks, Justin.
Yep.
Well, you come back next meeting, then I won't say anything nice to you yet, so maybe I'll forget by then.
Bring donuts.
All right, let's see, anybody else we got, department wise? Yes, sir.
Last month, I sent an email to you and the auditor for the contractual services agreement.
Just so you folks know, this is Kurt Lanzone. He's got a new title out there. What are you with the Extension Service now?
Extension Director.
You're the head guy now, all right?
Yes.
Yeah, I like that.
And all it is the agreement between the county and Purdue University for the amount budgeted for the 3 educators that
Okay,
was approved through the budget process.
and it's already been approved by the council?
Yep.
Okay. So it's amount is $119,020. This is a relationship we have with Purdue to provide the extension services out of the extension department. So I'd make the motion that we enter into the extension contractual services agreement between Purdue and Parke County in the amount of $119,020 for the upcoming year.
And I second that.
All in favor, say aye.
All right.
Do you have a copy you need us to sign?
I need one signed, and if you can just scan and email it back, that's fine.
Okay.
That way you have a signed copy in the auditor's office file.
It's just you.
Okay.
There's 2 signature ones,
Is there 2 signatures?
I think each page has one.
page 2 and page 3.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Appreciate it.
How many trees you gonna tap this year?
We won't talk about that right now.
Okay.
Not as many as you.
So is your wife of any value during this process to you?
For tapping,
No, hauling in water and doing all the things that have to be done?
it's me and the boys.
Okay.
She just complains when I'm still down boiling.
I understand. I've heard that before.
But she won't let me buy an RO system, so.
You don't want one. You want that full flavor effect of the flavonoids getting cooked. Okay.
Thanks.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Anybody else from any departments? Anything? Yes, sir.
Got the annual report.
Okay. This is Chris Newcomb. He's with the park board for the Rockville Lake Park. Okay.
Talked about some of the projects we accomplished this season and some that we're wanting to do next year. And then one of the last projects I was working on was getting rid of this van that's been sitting there. It's damaged beyond repair. And I was just getting your permission to junk it at the Mecca Auto Salvage.
Let me have that. I'd make the motion. You want to make the motion?
I'll make a motion to go ahead and allow the park department to jump the van that they've got there.
Okay, these are all different. I sign on the front now,
Yeah.
the signature of seller.
Yep.
Okay, it used to be on the back, but now that's where it is. It's the
Yeah.
right place. Okay, here I go.
And then at the end of our season, our zero-turn mower broke, the frame did, and they had to weld it, and that was not in the budget for 2023. I'd just seek your permission to go to the council and see about getting bids for a new one, if you guys would be okay with that.
How much are we talking about?
11,100. That's
Okay.
what the state's getting theirs for.
How old's the one you got?
It's about 7 years old.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just bought a new one for the courthouse here as well.
It's a
So
little bit lower now, wasn't it?
I'm not sure how size it was. Yeah, it's about.
3,000?
Yeah. Have you talked with?
I actually went and looked at that mower too.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah. So I was gonna see if we could talk about the council getting some bids and stuff for it.
Okay.
You know,
Okay. Yeah.
but
Yeah, I think no, we're pretty happy with TLC. That's where we got that one from. So
Okay.
it'd be worth talking to them and see.
all right.
So I don't know that you. We would enter into a contract when you bought it, but I think consensus-wise, though, you need from us, we would support that if the council got the funds to do that. We
Okay.
would do that, and we would sign in whatever contract you get to make the purchase.
Sounds like a plan then.
Okay.
All righty. That's all I had.
Really do appreciate you. How close to self-sufficient were we this year?
Just a couple grand under, so
It's amazing,
yeah.
amazing.
So we're getting there.
Yes, you are. You've done a good job. Appreciate you.
Appreciate it.
Yep.
So
How about you? You doing things to take care of you?
yep, they already took me off short-term insulin. So
Well, good.
Yep.
Okay.
So
That was pretty scary.
yes, it was.
What was that number?
About 1,400.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
Now it averages about 106.
That's
so,
great.
Yeah.
Well, you're doing good. Take care of yourself.
I'll try.
I'd miss you.
See you guys.
Thanks, appreciate it.
All right, any other departments? You got something for us, ma'am?
No, I do not get out of Randy's ways.
Okay. Come on up, Randy. Let's get your regular stuff done first, then we'll do the bid stuff. You probably won't know off the top of your head, but I have one thing I need you to check on for me if you would. There was a damage claim that occurred in Mecca on Wednesday. Would have been Wednesday prior to December 1st, whatever that date would have been. Let me see what that date would have been.
30th of November.
Yes, it would have been the 30th of November at 9 o'clock in Mecca. And he said that he didn't see it, but he heard the beeping of a backup beeper. Someone apparently turned around in his driveway and trashed his mailbox. So I don't know if you were up there. Was anybody in Mecca at 9 o'clock in the morning on November 30th, Wednesday, November 30th? Could it have been us?
You see, we started patching down there like Tuesday and Wednesday. Thursdays.
May well have been then.
Yeah.
You want to talk to him?
Yeah.
It's Austin Swaim.
Who?
Austin Swaim. I don't have a number for him, but I can sure get it for
Okay.
you.
I've got his number, Jim.
You do? Okay, so if you'll give him a call and see what the issue was. I said I'd find out if you guys are in the area and then see what it is.
Yeah, I think those 3 days we was patching down there.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
First thing I got is a claim in the amount of $1,031,875.30 for Milestone Contractors.
No.
It's a community crossing.
Yeah, yeah.
So we should have the money sitting in the community
Yeah,
crossing fund.
yeah,
So I
all
make a
rolled
motion
out on
that
there.
we,
Are they all done now? Everything done with
Yeah.
them? Okay.
I make a motion we approve the out-of-cycle claim to Milestone for $1,031,875.30.
Now I'll second that. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Writing checks for $1 million.
Yep. Get some more of them.
Yeah, yeah.
It'd be nice to get some
Yeah.
for $1 million.
That's for sure.
So bid is why that Martin guy's here, is that what you do?
Yeah, that's right.
Why he's here?
I think he's followed me around. I saw him last week.
Did you?
The Heritage family appreciates it.
I'm ready if you're ready. You got a knife? You do. I guess.
Came prepared this year.
Kind of looking like John now. While they're looking, Nicole, did they get the piece of machinery installed upstairs outside the clerk's office today?
So this is
Kiosk,
standard
there's a
auto
kiosk
parts.
over there. Okay. Most of you here are involved with this, but for those who aren't, we have to go through a process with bids, and so the bids need to be sent in. They're open at an open meeting like this. The attorney will open them, make sure everything that's required by law to be in the bid is in the bid, and then we just simply write down that the bid's okay. And then Randy will look at those and go through all those things and come back to us with the recommendations next meeting or so then.
So this is for repair parts is what this bid is for.
So we're not really approving any bids themselves, we're just acknowledging that the bid was here on time and in place and done correctly, and then they'll all be looked at later.
Who's that from?
Standard auto parts.
Last page.
Good job. Yep. Tell me how many years you've been doing this stuff?
I'm about like Carla. I'm short of 40.
Okay. Wow.
34
Okay.
for me. Finish at 34. Maybe, I don't know. I told Randy on the way in, I think you're gonna outlast me if you've got 4 more.
I do have. Yeah.
I think I'm looking at 3.
Okay.
Parke County Aggregates.
We need to have a party.
It's for sealed bid for
I'll be there.
culverts.
Works for me.
Yeah, that's what it says anyway.
Who is it?
Parke County Aggregates
Okay.
culvert bid.
Okay.
Parke County Aggregates also for gravel and sand.
Okay.
BHK Auto Parts. Parke County, County Alliance Energy Sales for fuel, gas, lubes.
What was it called? Oh, Co-Alliance. Okay.
Yeah.
Second page there.
Co-Alliance Energy Sales.
got two. They got one for the petroleum products, and they got one for oil and grease products. Are they both in there, or is that one or the other? Brandy, which one was that for? Is that for petroleum products or oil and grease?
Another fuel. Grease too.
Grease too, okay. Okay.
Series Solutions, liquid petroleum products.
Okay.
This is Series Solutions for oil and grease products. Heritage Petroleum.
They have both two ranges, that fuel and oil and grease both.
Looking for oil and grease. This one up. Yeah, fuel's in it too.
Fuel too?
Yeah.
Which one was that?
Heritage.
Oh, okay.
Fuel.
And oil and grease, it ain't
That is a different heritage, by the way.
What's that?
That is a different heritage. That's not associated with asphalt materials, milestone, U.S. aggregates. That's a heritage group. This is a whole different thing. I had to ask that question earlier.
This is D. Robertson Gravel Company Incorporated. It's washed gravel and crushed stone.
Hang on a minute, I don't find it for stone and gravel.
No, it's not on the list.
Did you say Robertson?
D. Robertson Gravel Company
Yeah, it's down
Incorporated.
at the
Oh,
very
Robertson, I think it said D. Robertson and Gravel Company. Okay, D. Robertson, yes, I got
bottom of the
it.
second
Yes.
page, Randy.
Yep.
Oh. Yep.
Milestone contracts. Bituminous materials.
How's that pronounced?
I don't know.
Bituminous?
I have no
Bituminous.
idea.
Like 2 minutes?
Bituminous?
That's what I said. I don't know.
I've always looked at that word and wondered how to pronounce it.
I knew I was going to get it wrong, so I was just guessing.
You got it, bituminous. And who was it?
Milestone.
Milestone.
They're not
Okay.
on here, is that same as Wabash Valley? Randy?
Yeah.
I just sent a text to Julie to let her know about the executive session as well as doing there. So.
That's Dan.
to say, Randy, this is my least favorite part of my job. Whitesville Mill Service Company. Bid for annual supplies, washed gravel and crushed stone.
Whitesville? On stone gravel?
Yeah, it should be.
I don't see it. Is there an address on it? Where it's from?
Well, it's up there in Crawfordsville.
Right across the road from Newport.
Levy Group.
I don't find it under stone gravel, do you?
Is it the levy group you said?
Yeah.
Okay, so on the third page.
I think they sell that slag material.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, levy. Yeah, that is. That's
Durburn.
Durburn, yes. That's just Portage, so I was confused where it was, yeah. Okay.
Asphalt Materials Incorporated, Thomas C. Martin.
Always trouble. What years were you here?
88 to 95.
Okay.
Oh boy. I really didn't want to send this one. St. Regis Culvert Incorporated. E&H Bridge and Grading.
Yep. Petroleum costs coming down any? Prices coming down any?
No.
No. Okay.
What we usually go by is the asphalt index, which is a base price for asphalt cement by the ton, and NDOT publishes that on their website. And when we started putting the bids together in October this year, it was 60% higher than where it was last year.
I was talking about a lot last week about the fact that the $1 million community crossroads doesn't go very far anymore.
No.
Used to go
About 10.
You know, it was 100,000 per mile roughly. Now it's 160. There was one county that said they ended up paying 180-some thousand per mile is what they were.
So $100 million grant, instead of getting 10 million, we get about 7 now. Yeah.
We had a quote to do our subdivision, Highland Acres out the lake, a year and a half ago, I guess. And we were getting the material for $97 a ton. And I was pushing back because the county's price at that time was 82. And I was trying to get it closer to what the county was paying. And I couldn't get it. So we didn't get it done that year.
Now,
This last year, we paid $137. Went up 50% almost in 6 months.
Prior one was Pumps Tire Service.
Gotcha, thanks. Don't mind us yapping while you're working.
I'm trying not to cut myself.
Guys, we saw that increase coming. So your big increase was last year. Randy, your taxes went up hit last year.
Yeah.
And you're not gonna see that this year. I mean, you can say that now, it's everything's done, but, you're not gonna see a big increase from us. But
Good.
Metal Culverts Incorporated.
Are you gentlemen familiar with the trail that's being proposed from County Line Rosedale up here to the first section of that trail just went out for bid, and I bid all three parts of it through Rosedale. I think it's like 2.62 miles, the first phase of the 5 phases, and it was less than a mile of paving. Now in town, there's some people getting some new driveway approaches and stuff like that. Not too many there. Less than a mile of paving and only 8 feet wide was $211,000. Wow! But Milestone has a hold on it around here. They can do that. There's nobody else that.
I mean, that was a big discussion last week that pockets of the state there is no competition.
Yep.
Wow.
The counties are locked in.
Less than a mile, 8 feet wide, $200,000.
we have Petersburg, Cloverdale, Terre Haute, and so even the small guys have to buy it there.
U.S. Aggregates Incorporated. Crushed stone.
It's on the 3rd page.
S&G Excavating. Stone and gravel.
Yep.
Is it okay if I mention a couple other things to you guys?
Sure.
My name's Nathaniel Gill. I represent Lincoln Park Stone and S&G Excavating. And I'm here to try and see the opening after you guys are done and snap a few photos of my competitors. But I wanted to mention to you something that we're seeing here at the Montezuma pit. I've been to every bid opening for this area, from Indianapolis down to Bloomington and north up to Lafayette, that's happened so far. And what we're seeing are counties like Hendricks County, Montgomery County, Putnam County, people who normally have their own supply of sand and gravel from their local pits. The concrete plants are eating up all that material. So right now, we have those 3 counties coming to our pit here in Parke County and buying everything that we can produce.
Wow.
And we've been blessed in this location with the river right here for a long time, but I just wanted to mention that I see, well, it's already happening where those counties closer to Indy and where there's a lot more concrete work and building going on, and the IMI plant in Danville and Brazil and Terre Haute, they eat up everything anybody can produce that's NDOT approved material.
Wow.
And that's going to happen to you guys soon, not because you don't have it here, but because the plants that are here in this county or Vermilion County, they can only produce so much. And unfortunately, the concrete producers will pay way more money than the counties will, and so they prioritize that. I just mentioned that to you because whether it's Crane Excavating or us or another local gravel pit, I see it happening already with other counties with more development where they're running into situations where they soon are going to have to be competitive and lock in contracts with these suppliers, or else they won't be able to get materials. Now, we're close to the river and there's a lot of options, but I just wanted to share that, guys.
Appreciate that.
You'll see their trucks up and down 36 nonstop now.
Lincoln Park Stone.
It's amazing now to set. I have coffee every morning at Burger King here at 36 and 41. The number of dump trucks now going 36, just amazing. I mean, it's just constant.
A lot of these crusher stones are the power plant up there in Cayuga. Yep. but we can't use it for that. It's too hard. That lower quality stone, like a boozy unison in Greencastle, they usually make concrete, but they can send that stuff. Has to have not so much magnesium or calcium, certain amount of calcium, certain amount of magnesium, and it can't be so hard either.
Civilcon Incorporated Culverts and Bridges.
Let me make sure. That's why I drove the truck, so I really knew it would be long. I do.
All right.
See you. Okay.
E3
Thanks.
Bridge.
And I'll be in.
See you Thursday.
I'll be here Thursday. Get some stuff from you. Yeah. Thank you. Bridge and Culverts.
No, it's not under bridge and culverts.
E-Bridge. What's it for?
E3 bridge.
That'd be under CPI bridge.
Oh, CPI Bridge. Okay, the top one.
Yeah.
I think that's everything.
Right.
Looks like we had quite a few that didn't bid.
Got 23 that did.
Okay, well, I'll take these back in the next meeting, I'll have your recommendations.
Okay. All right, if you'll give Austin a call, I'd appreciate it. I told him I'd let you know, and if you had been there, you'd probably be giving me a call. So if you take care of that, I appreciate that. And then Friday at 9 a.m. we have an exec session here. Do you need us to approve your seeking appraisal on that building? Do you need a motion for us to?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just one appraisal on your behalf.
Okay. The town hall is going to be available for sale once the town gets moved to RMC building, once RMC gets theirs done out there. So I'm interested in seeing how that building is. If it's something the county would be interested in, we sure need the storage. The attic is full. We don't even know what the capacity of the building is up there. It needs to get out of there. So just as a starting point, no clue. We're certainly not offering to buy anything or looking to buy anything, but we won't know what we're talking about until we get an appraisal. So the way it works between two governmental entities is you take an average of the appraisal. So I make a motion to authorize Nick to go ahead and get an appraisal for us on the town hall building.
I'll second that.
All in favor, say aye. Okay. Any other business, guys, come for us? I make a motion, we adjourn.